So this is not really a true unboxing. I'm out here today with something that's obviously already been opened because it's out of the box. But I'm going to show you guys the first shots through it. As you can see here, we have a thru Kimber. I already loaded up some mags. It does take, it seemed like the checkmate mags from my Prodigy. There she is. I'm sorry, checkmate mags for my Romulus. Seem like they're the same, and I'm pretty sure that. So I have this 19 rounder in here, and it was actually really hard to get in there. I had to slam it home, and you can see that I cannot eject it now, because I was just going to drop the mag. I didn't do it. I just I drove it home, and it doesn't. I'm just going to see if I can rack it. I have, let's put it down here for a second. The 19 rounders are pretty tight putting them in. So they have that, Checkmate has those ultra high capacity mags. And I loaded them up to 19, and it really didn't want to sit. Maybe they just need broken in, but these are them right here. And I use my, they were pretty tight. Like, it's a lot easier to load the 17s from my Romulus. These are both made by Checkmate, but these 19s that they came out with, these are tight. So maybe they just need broken in. I loaded them up last night. The Prodigy mag felt like it sitted. I have this 120 rounder that I bought. So we're gonna see if I can get this to, because this thing is jammed up in there. I cannot. You can see like the mag button is. I can't get it to drop. So I'm just gonna see if I can rack it. It actually chambered just fine, but I cannot. I couldn't get it to. Eject. You can see the button was just stuck in there. After taking that first mag, that first round, so these are super tight, it did eject. You see it almost pulled the round off. That's a normal thing. And it seems fine now. This mag release button, I ain't gonna lie, it feels a little sticky too. My Romulus was kind of like that too. And you see right there, it's kind of sticky, so I don't know if that needs broken in or what. So we'll see. This is the blue version, Kimber 2K11 Pro, so the 4 1/4. So let's see what she does here. I do have 115 grain Fiocchi FMJ. There's no dot or nothing. I don't really shoot with irons, but we'll see what I can do here. Don't expect too much. These safeties are positive, but these are really small, low profile safeties. So I actually would have preferred something a little bigger, but they seem like they'll do. So first shots, Kimber. I almost wanted to say KDS9C, Kimber 2K11 Pro. Let's see how she runs, guys. Let's see if she runs. I ordered her up. I didn't take her apart or nothing. I just loaded up the mags, squirted some oil up underneath the rails and the barrel, and just racked it a few times. Seemed like it's pretty smooth. Recoil spring feels a little on the heavier side than like the Romulus, but that's comp, so that makes sense. So let's see if she runs here. Huh? Okay. Trigger doesn't want to break. What the fuck? Okay, the trigger is like, I don't have a safety on. I'm decompressing the grip safety. What the fuck? Let's try this again. Oh, that kind of caught me off guard there. The trigger doesn't want to break. There's something up with the trigger. That's fine right there. Seems like it's okay there. Trigger is pull weight is all over the place. It's like I'm shooting high left, kind of hard to tell. Haven't shot with irons in a while. You see that looks pretty shitty. I was trying to adjust my hold a little bit there. I think this is initially an adjustable hold. There's some pull, but the trigger, there's something up with the trigger where it is. It's either light or it's heavy as fuck. Yeah, that's light. That's light. That's light. It's light too. Seems fine. I don't know. It's like some kind of weird break-in. But those first pulls, I had some mixed in there. That was about a 10 to 12 pound pull, at least. So I don't know what that was about. I've never seen that in any 2011 gun. I've shot some ones that were on the heavy side, but they were consistent. I think like my Gearson Witness. Let's just put this 17 in here. And we're just gonna run it and see what the hell happens here. Totally ran fine. Here, let me bring these mags with me. Let's just see if this Prodigy mag works, and I'll stop there. These are the first 3 mags. She shoots nice. There's something off with the trigger. I'm gonna have to look at it though. I'm just gonna go up to the top head now. Let's see here. What the fuck? Something's off with the trigger weight. I mean, the fucking thing is running. Totally fine. No issues with the Prodigy mag, so any Checkmate 17, obviously the 19s were tighter than hell when I put it in there. I don't know if that's from earlier, I didn't really check, but you can see right here, that's, it was 20 rounds, so I got 20 rounds here. That's not too bad. I don't shoot with irons, so I suck even more than with a red dot, but that's not too bad. And I don't really shoot, like I said, iron's not my thing, but like I said, there's something with the trigger. I'm gonna drop this slide. I'm gonna try to put that 19 in, and I want to see if it's like, if I can eject it, see if the gun broke in any. So drop the slide here. Let's try this trigger again. That feels okay. Every time I feel like I go to show it on camera, it seems like the trigger's fine. Oh, see, okay. Like that there, it felt off. It felt a little heavier. That felt a little heavier. I'm ranging from 2 to 5 to 7 to 10 plus pounds. That was a little heavier. Oh, this is heavy. Oh, that's real heavy. That had to be almost about a 9, I'd say 8, 9 pound. Oh, that's heavy. That's heavy. You can see my hand shaking trying to pull it. And that felt like about 3 pounds. So something's off with the trigger. I just brought these. It was about almost between them all. It was about, this is like basically the first 100 rounds. Let's see if we have issues with this again. So these are the 19s. It doesn't really want to go in there. You see, it's too tight. So it's in there. You got to slam it home. Oh, yeah, it came out that time. See, it doesn't want to come out there. Doesn't want to come out. Doesn't want to come out again. Fuck. Okay, so these 19 rounders, I'll have to check with Kimber if that's normal. You can't even eject the goddamn things. I don't know if that's just this button needs broken in or what. We're just going to drop these last 2 mags. I think it's actually 98 rounds. I can't remember. Loading all these up. What the oh man, that trigger, man. It's either light or it's like some super heavy double action shit. Oh, see again, the trigger's real heavy again. I just jerked the gun trying to break it. Cause it's, like I said, it's going from about 3 pounds to 10 plus pounds. Maybe even higher than that. Just let them rip. See, real heavy again. Throwing me way off. Just fucking let them fly. Because I'm pulling like crazy because the trigger's all over the place. Is that it? Okay, this is a 20 round checkmate. Goes right in. Those 19s, you may have to open the slide when you put them in because they're heavier than shit. And they're real tight. These, whatever, like I said, these are the same size as the 17s. Right here, but they do some, you know, they do something where they can fit, I guess with the spring, they can squeeze another 2 in there, but then I can't get them to eject. So I can't really, I don't think I could even really blame the mag release because everything else is working fine, but when it gets real tight in there with those 19s, it does not want to drop. I'm just going to let these last 20 fly and we'll just round up. I think it's like 98 to be exact, but first 100 rounds, and see if we get any malfunctions. Definitely something going on with the trigger. Maybe I'll do a quick follow-up back at the house as far as that goes. I'm just gonna let them ride. Oh, I love this external extractor. Perfect pattern, just boom, just right to my like 3-ish, 4 o'clock, perfect ejection pattern, perfect reliability with the 115 grain. However, like I said, there's something wrong with the trigger. We're empty. That's a little heavy there. It's a little heavy. Oh, that was probably about 8 pounds. Let's see how we like this. That's a little heavier. A little heavier. That was light. That was probably about 3 pounds. I'm not sure here. Maybe the trigger, was it the trigger thingy maybe? So I don't know if you guys can see this. I can see the threads. There should be a screw in this trigger shoe. And I can see several threads going in. I can see the silver right there. But I don't see any screw. Let me put this down here See if I can get a little bit of extra light onto this thing. It looks like the trigger pin stop is not there. You guys probably can't see this. I'll try to raise it up some. But if you can see, look here. Some of the finish on that trigger looks like it's been scraped a little bit. I see nothing but threads. I know it looks like I'm pointing the gun at my head. It's empty, but it's not really pointing at me. You see nothing but threads right there. There's no trigger pin stop in this trigger. So I'm not no expert, but I believe that's related to the trigger pull as far as like the take up. I guess maybe the weight too, maybe why it's all over the goddamn place. Not no expert on that. Okay. Well, anyways, yeah, it looks like the pin stop is missing in the trigger. So it either fell out or they didn't put one in. Unless it's like so deep in there, I cannot see it. I can see pretty deep down in that trigger shoe, and I do not see a screw whatsoever. Anyway, we'll say first 100 rounds with the Kimber 2K11 Pro. If you're wondering, this is glass. The slide, the recoil spring, I don't know what kind of recoil spring in here. It definitely feels at least 10 pounds, maybe 11 pounds. A little heavier than a comp gun like the Romulus. Or my XP Pro, which I had like a 9 in it. It feels a tad heavier, but it's smooth. There's no hang up at all. But that trigger is, that looks like that pin stop move, which is probably why the trigger is, I mean, there's a lot of play in that trigger, but I've kind of seen that with a lot of guns where they kind of wiggle. This seems a little bit more wiggle than I usually see. You don't, I didn't notice this wiggle at all when I was shooting it. The only thing I noticed, the trigger pull weight's, it's messed up. So anyway, Kimber 2K11 Pro, first 100 rounds. Let me know what you guys think. Did anyone have any issues with the trigger pull weight varying anywhere from, we'll say, 3 pounds to 10, 11 pounds. Sometimes like I'm pulling it and it don't want to break, and then I let up off of it and I squeeze it again, and then it just breaks like glass, like how I would think it's supposed to be, but obviously it's not. Heavy right there, a little heavy there. That was probably about 7 pounds. That was heavy. I don't know, man. It looks like the pin stops. I don't know why that looks like that's been scuffed up in that trigger right there. Like some of the finish is missing. Must have been some trigger they had just laying around an extra and threw it in there. Forgot to throw a screw in it. That's a QC hiccup there. So we'll leave it at that. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching.